everybody, and welcome to Comics from the Future. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our big show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that you can pre-order by this weekend. So head on over to infinityflux.net right now where you can place your pre-orders for these books. You don't have to worry about them selling out. In a few weeks when they are released, you'll be all set and have your name on them. But a little disclaimer before we go on.
Yeah, somebody decided that they were going to let Andy take a vacation. So actually, we are recording.
It wasn't me. I'm doing it. I guess I have to.
Yeah, you guess you have to. So we're actually recording this on Wednesday because Andy will not be here Friday or Monday. So we're recording this now. So just like we've done in the past, there is the potential for some of these things to change. By the time you see this video, everything should be locked in on Friday. But, you know, we're recording this, like I said, about a little after 6 p.m. on a Wednesday. So there might be a couple of changes here and there.
There's some covers that weren't available yet for us to put on this show. So definitely check the website because it will have everything that is available by that time, which should be everything.
And that means I'll be flying solo on Monday. So be gentle.
Be gentle. I am very weak.
I am weak, yes.
So let's get into it because there's still plenty of stuff to talk about. Starting with our Prime comic pre-orders, and this is a pretty big one.
We are going to start with Ultimate Hawkeye #1. This is going to be a one-shot written by Dennis Camp, Taboo, and B. Earl. The art is by Juan Frigeri. And in this one, Hawkeye goes on a covert solo op that will have a massive impact on the future of the Ultimate Universe. So I really like this version of Hawkeye, and I really want to know what they're going to do. And, you know, it's just going to be cool to see them out on their own. But, I mean, we're getting closer and closer and closer to Ultimate Endgame, and you can even see Maker in the background there. So in
That's
the
what
dome,
I was kind of wondering about is this is, you know, to put out a one-shot so close to that feels like it's going to have pretty major you know, lead into the Ultimate Endgame story.
Yeah, this will be about 3 months before Ultimate Endgame #1, near the end of December. And the dome is in the background, and there's this little castle-looking thing here. So I don't know, but I'm excited because I like this character a lot. So this is our A cover. We have a Carmen Carnero foil variant. There's a Declan Shalvey variant, an Edgeker local comic shop day variant, and a Lyrix Ultimate Special variant with, I forget her name.
I forget her name, but she was in that last issue of Ultimates?
Yeah, the previous one.
Or was it?
It was Ultimate. Yeah, Ultimates.
Where Kingpin came in?
Yeah, the one that had Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah,
she was in there. And she was in another one, too, but I don't remember her name.
Next up, we have Battleworld #1. This is really interesting, especially if you read previous Secret Wars and all of that. This is by Christos Gage, and the art is by Marcus Toe. And the Battleworld from Secret Wars returns. Of course, that was a world created by, what's-his-face, the Beyonder. Well,
the original
one.
And I don't know, like in the original Secret Wars, I don't know that it was ever called anything, but the Beyonder made that one in 1984, and then God Emperor Doom created the 2015 one.
Yeah, and this is interesting because, you know, we are getting the Secret Wars movie coming up, and I'm guessing, even though that's still a little ways off, they're getting people a little bit more familiar with the idea of what Battleworld is. So, the Battleworld from Secret Wars returns, once again, does not say which of the Secret Wars, but heroes from across the multiverse are thrown together on a patchwork world to engage in their own secret wars for survival of their timelines. So it does sound like the 2015 one quite a bit.
Yeah, I think so.
With the when it says patchwork, the original Battleworld was kind of just a big desert planet.
Yeah, it was just like a big planet. Yeah, it wasn't really pieces of anything.
Yeah, so who or what has created this Battleworld, and for what nefarious purpose? And it says, enter Maestro. Is he friend or foe? Well, I mean, we know Maestro. Like, he's been around forever.
That's enough to sell me right there. I love Maestro.
I love Maestro. And some very interesting characters on the cover, like the kind of late world Thor with, like, the All-Father Thor. We've got classic Miss Marvel on there. Classic Luke Cage. And who is that in the background? It kind of gives me like Molecule Man vibes or something weird like that.
I kind of thought Beyonder, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. So I think this is really interesting. I don't know if this is leading into anything or setting up anything, but I really enjoyed the 2015 Secret Wars and the Battle Worlds books. Yeah. Seeing these very stitched together worlds where it goes immediately from like a jungle into a desert into snow into it's a very very cool. So I'm excited about this one. This is going to be a mini series. We've got our A cover here. We have a Mark Bagley Star Brand variant, a Nick Bradshaw 5-part wraparound connecting variant.
What's the first part or the cover? Oh, there's a Beyond Spider-Man
Beyond
bit around when he was in
Spider-Man.
the Beyond Corporation.
Yeah, that Reed Richards almost looks like Ultimate Reed Richards with the dark blue on the top.
Well, it looks to me like Dan Slott's.
Okay, it could be that. Yeah. So it's very interesting the time frames it's taking from.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a Rod Rice promo variant where you see kind of the ones we saw before,
Yeah.
some of the same characters. And of course, we're getting a retro Halloween mask variant, this time with Iron Man.
So you have to cut it out and wear it.
You have to.
Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones #1. This is written by Alex Packnadel and the art is by Amon K. Noelpin. And in this one, Casey Jones has woken up after being shot by D.A. Hale. But instead of taking things slow and kind of easing back into his daily routine, he's jumping headfirst into the action. He's hitting the streets and doing everything he can to protect the people of New York. But April and the Turtles think he's pushing himself too hard and they're a little bit concerned about him. And things are only going to get worse as a new strain of mutagen starts changing the shape of New York City and a brand new villain threatens everything Casey believes in. So we have a preview copy of this. I flipped through it. Did you read it?
I didn't read it, but I flipped through it and it looks really cool.
Yeah, the artwork is great. I love Amanke Noelpin's work on. He's done some stuff on Green Arrow, and so yeah, it should. This is really cool. I'm excited for this. This is our A cover. We have an Earl's variant and a sketch variant.
Next up, Street Sharks. I am very excited about this. One of my favorite weird 90s Ninja Turtle knockoff series with some of the best toys ever with the lifelike shark skin.
They're not ninjas or turtles.
No, they're just cool dudes.
Right.
That like sports and you know, back when like the X Games were the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's Street Sharks. So this is going to be by Stephanie Williams and the art is by Ariel Metal. It says 5 Jawsome issues in this miniseries. And the first time that these Street Sharks are in comics in 20 years, which is not too far after they weren't on the air anymore. So the 4 Bolton brothers were happy playing sports and meeting babes, but when a run-in with a mad scientist turned them into giant sharks, only they got cooler. And of course, you've got your classic cast here. So you got Ripster, you've got Streaks there with his rollerblades, because that's awesome. Jab, I don't see his boxing gloves, but sometimes he has boxing gloves. And Big Slamoo, another one of my favorites.
Did you know their names?
Yeah,
Really?
I have figures. Well, actually, Big Slamoo is the one on the far right.
Yeah.
Usually he has the boxing gloves. And Jab is the hammerhead shark whose head would
this one.
like punch out when you hit a button on his back.
Okay.
Plus you've got all the weird creatures in the background. Those are all toys as well. They did recently release some like new versions
Oh, I
of
saw
them,
those, yeah.
which I have the whole line of. This one, it doesn't say too much about what the story's going to be. They've got to stop Dr. Paranoid from developing the perfect predator. And I kind of hope he creates something new, a creature we haven't seen.
Yeah.
I want like a megalodon shark, or I don't know, some like weird narwhal, even though there was kind of a narwhal. I mean, you've got the guy there with the corkscrew nose, but you know, some big kind of monster thing. I can't wait for this. It's going to be awesome. So I'm only mad that they didn't ask me to work on it, but that's a different story. We'll get into later. Yet.
Yeah.
So we've got our A cover here by Murphy. We've got a Jorge Corona variant, which is awesome.
That's
I
great.
love his ripster, just like how like pulled over he is. We've got a Beals cover, which is also so fun, and a sketch cover. I even looked ahead at issue number 2. That's got some fantastic covers as well.
Well, next is Marvel Zombies Red Band #1. This is written by Ethan S. Parker and Griffin Sheridan, who had 2 books this week, I believe, that came out this week. And then the art is by Jan Basil Dua. And I'm not sure, this is just a new a new take on Marvel Zombies. It's a red band, so it's going to be more mature, a little bit more graphic and things like that. But it seems like it's kind of just almost starting over because it talks about, the most important space flight in the history of the Marvel Universe. Four intrepid heroes took off into the unknown and returned changed, gifted with great ability. So that sounds like the Fantastic Four. Oh, but they also came back with a hungering for human flesh.
Which isn't that what happened in Ultimate Fantastic Four?
I think so.
I mean, that was the first appearance of Marvel Zombies.
Right.
And it had to do with the Fantastic Four bringing something back, so...
Yeah, it says travel back to the birth of a Marvel universe parallel to our own, but chock full of horror since its very inception. Which heroes will rise to become the champions we know and love? Which will be torn limb from limb? And which will devour the scraps? So it sounds like they're almost like retelling Marvel Zombies, but this time as a red band book. Yeah. So maybe it's a little bit more graphic. Maybe it's a little bit less like silly, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but the original Marvel Zombies did have some humor to it.
Yeah, they were all kind of wisecracking zombies.
So yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I guess it just sounds like maybe a different take on this. So this is our A cover. We have a Scott Koblish retro zombie variant, and it just says polybag. So I'm not sure who the artist is on that.
That looks like Greg Land.
Oh yeah, it's
who there. I believe drew the original Marvel Zombies.
I think so. Yeah.
In Ultimate X-Men. Ultimate X-Men always got me because there's characters that I'm like, there's no way they would get turned as Iron Man. Never take off your armor. Right. Takes off the armor. Yeah. There's so many of those things. Or like Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Wolverine, you got a healing factor. You should be fine.
Yeah. But Marvel Zombies has such big fans, and that's a classic Robert Kirkman writing zombie story. Yep. So don't miss out on this one. I think this could be really, really fun. Next up, we have Imperial War Nova Centurion, and I can't wait for this. They have now announced, since we knew this existed, they've now announced a ongoing series for Nova, which is called Nova Centurion. But this one shot is going to kind of work as an issue 0 or kind of a primer for what's to come. This is by Jonathan Hickman and Jed MacKay, and this is spinning out of the pages of Imperial, much like the Planet She-Hulk and the Exiles one. But in this one, the Xandarian world will be lost forever unless Richard Rider can earn the credits needed to keep it alive. I think it's the Xandarian world mind that he's going to have to keep alive. So now Nova must offer his services to the highest bidder. So it sounds like he's becoming more of like a gun for hire. Yeah. And I guess maybe is the Nova Corps gone at this point?
I think so. At this point, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's or maybe not the last one, but like I think Sam Alexander's still out there too. Yeah, but I don't think the Nova Corps.
No, I think that kind of ended. Yeah. I forgot when, but yeah, I mean, once you get that leather jacket, you definitely are a rebel without a cause.
That's. I'm so excited for this book. That leather jacket's the only thing I don't like because it's like, really, why do you need that? You can already survive in space. You don't need a jacket.
And it's funny that like Nova's always kind of like the Green Lantern of the Marvel universe, and Hal Jordan wears a brown leather jacket, but because he's a pilot. But this is cool too, and he's been great in the Imperial series.
Yeah, I love Richard Rider Nova.
That is a character when he does not have a book out. I'm like, well, why isn't there a Nova book? Because he is a fantastic character. Yep. So I can't wait for this one, and I can't wait for the ongoing series coming later. Right. We are just getting some prime Marvel space galaxy universe stuff. So this is our A cover, and there is a Mark Bagley variant. I believe there's going to be some other variants too, but like we said, they were not ready yet. But probably when you're watching this, head over to infinityflux.net, and they should have all the covers there.
Next is Adventures of Superman, Book of L #1. This is going to be a 12-issue series, and this was actually supposed to come out a while back. It didn't get delayed, but Phil Kennedy Johnson, who is the writer, said that they just kind of decided to hold off on it a little bit. I'm not really sure why. Nothing, nefarious or anything, but it's here now. So yeah, written by Phil Kennedy Johnson. The art is by Scott Godlewski, and this is concluding the events of the Future State story with the House of L, all that stuff, and Philip Kennedy Johnson's Action Comics. And this also, I believe, has some connective tissue to the War World stuff as well. So basically everything that Philip Kennedy Johnson has done on Action Comics, whether it was War World or House of L during Future State, all of that stuff kind of all comes to a head in this 12-issue series. As the super family settles into a well-earned time of peace, a powerful ally turned enemy invades Earth with an army at his back and a god aspect of Olgrun, the mad god of the first world, which I believe we learned about. I don't remember anything like that from Future State, but I think they touched on that in the World saga. I'm pretty sure. Um, when even the super family lacks the power to stop him, Superman is sent against his will to a place even he's never been, where he'll find allies he could never have expected. So I just think this sounds really cool. We've seen some preview pages. I think it looks great. This sounds very epic in scope. So I want to go back and finish reading the Future State story of this. I want to reread World. Like, I should have gotten the omnibus so I could read the whole thing all at once. But I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be awesome.
That was a weird Future State book because it came out later. It was
Right.
like it was a different format than some of the other ones. Like, they were 2 issues, but this one launched like when the second issues were coming out. It was a late edition, but I remember really liking it, and it setting up this like the descendants of all of Superman and his sons family. And I almost wondered this one if Kal-El Superman is going to get sent to that future where he has to interact. Kind of sounds like what they're leaning towards.
It's maybe because it says he's sent against his will to a place he's never been, and he'll find allies he couldn't have expected. So yeah, maybe he'll find some of those descendant elves.
I do want to reread that House of El book because it was really good.
Yeah,
the art was really cool. So yeah, I think this is going to be really, really interesting.
So this is our A cover. So that's Scott Godlewski. So that's what the interior art's going to look like. So basically, that's what Superman's going to look like inside the book. Thank you, sir. May I have another? That's awesome. You have this Dan Mora variant, and there's the two Philosian children that he sort of adopted, and then I don't remember this guy's name, but I believe he was in the House of El. I'm pretty sure. We have the Riccardo Federici variant and the Raza variant.
Well, next up we have a new miniseries from Boom. This is The Last Day of H.P. Lovecraft #1. This is by Romuald Jolivo and Jacob Rebelka, and this is adapting the hit French graphic novel, and it is a dreamlike story of the very last day of H.P. Lovecraft. I'm a huge Lovecraft fan. Like, I know way too much about the man and his writings, and I'm very excited about this. So we see the final journey of a complex and tortured man facing his choices, his writings, and his mistakes at the very last moment of his life. It's designed as a strange Gothic cathedral. This book is an extraordinary story that explores the end of a man and the beginning of a myth. And I've seen some preview pages. It looks like this. Like, this is the interior artist doing the cover here. So usually, like, for a regular book, that wouldn't be my favorite. But for something that's like this, it's dreamlike and creepy, I think it works really, really well. And Lovecraft was a very complex individual and a very sheltered individual, even though he did have a lot of friends they would go visit in Florida and everything. But he definitely wrestled with his own demons and his own feelings about things, and I feel like this is going to really bring those to light. And from what the art looks like, it's also some of his creations and everything are kind of there at the end of him. So I just think this is really, really interesting, and it's a French graphic novel, so I think it's a little bit fancier.
Right.
Because it's a
little bit more classy.
Yeah, because it's not from here.
Right.
But we've got some great covers for this. So this is the A cover. We have a Stenbeck cover. We have this Vilches Boom 20th Anniversary variant, which is super creepy. I love the lighthouse and all of that. And we also have the Unlimited variant, which is the full art Rebelka cover.
Next up is the Undead Iron Fist #1. So this is written by Jason Liu. The art is by Fran Galen. And the book of the Iron Fist declares that every Iron Fist will die by the age of 33. But who wrote this false prophecy? We know that Danny Rand was killed. We saw that happen near the end, or at the end of, I think it was that Iron Fist 50th anniversary special. But can you truly kill an immortal Iron Fist? We're going to learn the truth about the legacy of the Iron Fist as Danny Rand rises once more to snuff out those that threaten that legacy before his time runs out. So I don't know if his time's limited or what's going on. He looks like he's got some crazy new powers. And so, yeah, I love Iron Fist. I'm looking forward to this. This is our A cover. We have a Philip Tan variant. That's it.
That one's really, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh,
Oh.
no, there's another one.
There's another one?
There's another one.
Oh, I have my pages out of order. Sorry. This is the Taran Clark variant.
And you got Luke Cage there. I wonder, this doesn't have anything to do with like that future version of him, does it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but he's been getting some cool looks lately.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Everything Dead and Dying #1. This is going to be a 5-issue miniseries from Tate Bromble and Jacob Phillips. And this is really cool, especially for you Walking Dead fans. It feels like a story that could happen within the Walking Dead universe.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So Jack Chandler is the sole survivor of the zombie apocalypse in his rural farming community. But rather than eliminate his community and his husband and his adopted daughter and everything, he has chosen to live alongside them. Like you can see here, he's milking a zombie cow, which
I don't need any of that milk.
I don't need that.
No,
thank you.
No, thank you very much, but no, thank you.
But when this town is discovered by outsiders, Jack suddenly becomes the one thing standing in the way of those who hope to kill his family for good. So they're coming in thinking, oh, these are just zombies, but he's kind of built a life around them. And it does a little bit like the governor when he had his daughter.
Right. Yeah,
they tried to kind of live alongside them and pretend like they were still fine.
Yep.
Did you look at the early
No,
copy of this? It is very violent and very scary. Like, this is one of those, like, is this guy kind of, like, sick in the head because of everything that's happened? But it looks really, really interesting, and, it did give me some heavy Walking Dead vibes, but like a Walking Dead side story.
Right.
So, sounds really cool. I'm excited for this one. We've got our A cover here. We have a Jacob Phillips shovel variant. I like how it's just... Oh, it's a shovel variant because there's a shovel on it. It could also be called the hat variant. Yeah. And there's a Charlie Adler variant. If you need any other reason to think this is kind of Walking Dead adjacent, that's what it would look like. Yeah. And I don't like this cover, and it makes me sick.
Well, zombies got to eat too. Better than eating a person. He's feeding him, you know.
We don't have to see it though.
Sure we do. Next up is Survive #1. This is going to be a 4-issue series from Bad Idea. It's written by Robert Venditti, and the art is by Doug Braithwaite, who's done a lot of other Bad Idea books, and his artwork's great. This is about a Russian Akula-class submarine that's on a mission to escort the cargo ship Turgenev across the Atlantic Ocean and safely to Cuba's shores. So it's an escort quest, basically. Oh, no. But someone aboard has a competing mission, sabotage. There's a fiery explosion that has punched through the submarine's titanium hull, turning it into a watery tomb. And 2 lone survivors remain, a Russian sailor and an American spy, and they are each determined to kill the other one before time runs out. And I guess there's maybe a giant squid, too.
I know, it's like, you failed to mention that the giant squid breaking in.
That wasn't in the solicitation, so I can't wait to see what this is. But yeah, sounds really fun. So this is our A cover by Jorge Fornes, and there's an Arturo Lozzi variant.
Next up, we have a new book from Maria Lovett. This is Maria Lovett's Artificial, and Maria Lovett's awesome. It does some of the most original content, like Crave, which was so cool. Some interesting little one-shot stories. That last one about those, like the vampires and everything was really, really cool. Well, this one is, of course, written and drawn by Maria Lovett, like most of her stuff. This follows Clara, a fashion stylist, disillusioned with love, who turns to a futuristic dating service that offers lifelike android partners. But when her dream lover glitches into a possessive stalker, she finds herself trapped in a game of desire, control, and survival. So they describe this as 9.5 weeks meets the Terminator, which is, you know...
It doesn't feel pain or remorse. It cannot be reasoned with, and it absolutely will not stop.
Yeah.
Until you are...
In love with it,
yeah.
So this is a new erotic thriller. This is a 4-issue miniseries. So if you're a fan of Maria Lovett and you like kind of books that are a little bit different, especially from all the superhero and everything, more mature titles, heavily recommend anything Maria Lovett's done, but this one sounds very cool. And the android kind of looks like a dark elf.
Yeah,
and I
right,
do
right,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
look too. So we've got our A cover here, and there is another Maria Lovett cover here.
This is One World Under Doom number 7. There are 2 more issues after this one. There's going to be 8 and 9 as well. But Doom finds that his grip on power is loosening after what was revealed at the end of the issue that came out this week. But he's not going to give up. All he has left is power and control, as rebellions in several countries are quickly and brutally put down. So I guess he's just taking out all of his adversaries. But as he prepares to make his final stand against the world's army, only a few can see that it isn't enough and that Doom is going to win. And so because of that, Mr. Fantastic prepares a last desperate gamble.
Ooh.
So that sounds really cool. I don't know if it's maybe the gamble is just making a big fist and punching him. That's what it is.
He's called. This is Gamble right here.
Right. This is
Blackjack.
Procter and Gamble. Yeah. So this is our A cover. We have a Jeff Shaw variant. The Doomasaur, man, bring him back.
Yeah.
There's a NetEase Games Marvel Mystic Mayhem variant, a retro Halloween mask variant, and a Simone Bianchi variant.
Yeah, I'm very interested because we do know a little bit of what's coming after this.
Yeah.
But we don't exactly know how that's going to come to pass. And I am all for some Reed Richards versus Doctor Doom craziness towards the second half of this. Next up, we have a new book from that new publisher. We have Ignition Press. And this is by Lee Williams, who has been working on a ton of stuff lately, including the Gotham City Sirens right now, right?
I think so, yeah.
And the art in this is by David Baldion, who I love, who did some awesome stuff recently at Marvel. And this is Voyeur. And this is set at the Kingfisher Resort in Southeast Asia. It's a great place to steal away from the pleasures of regular life. It says it's also a great place to steal. Because when a gallery owner, Madeline, arrives on the island, the last thing she's expecting to do is meet an international art thief posing as security guard. But what she finds when she tracks down the man who's been spying on her through the resort's closed security cameras, she's the only one who knows Rook is not who he seems, but he also sees her differently than everyone else. Sparks soon fly, and a sexy adventure begins as she decides to join up with him because she wants a little bit of that loot too.
Everybody wants a little sexy adventure.
A little sexy adventure.
That's what the name of the book should have been.
And a little Ocean's 11 stealing from a fancy resort.
Right.
So this sounds really cool. Ignition has started off with a bang with some of their stuff, so I'm very interested in all of this. We've got our...
I like their logo too, the key.
That's a cool great. Yeah. So we've got our A cover here by Ganichow. And we have Emma Lupacchio variant. So they're getting some big names from Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Next, we got more Essential Comics, starting with...
Absolute Superman number 11. For 5 years, he has been on the run, hounded across our planet, and treated like a criminal simply for being born somewhere else. And we've seen that over the course of this series so far. But now, Superman's rage threatens to engulf the world at the urging of Ra's al Ghul, and the only ones who can save the day are Kal-El's dead parents. So, my big question, after we saw, what happened when Krypton was destroyed is, did any other Kryptonians survive? Maybe we didn't see them all die, right? I mean, there was a bunch of them on the ship. So I always wondered, did his parents maybe survive? So maybe it says dead parents is a red herring to say, like, actually his parents are around on Earth somewhere. I don't know, but...
My idea was maybe, like classic Superman, there's a recording of them that he can interact with that maybe's in his suit.
Yeah, maybe.
That can, pop up. But I felt this coming for a little while in the series that Superman is going to have a moment where he has to choose, am I going to give into this rage or am I going to be the Superman, and he's going to come out the other side as Superman proper.
Yeah.
So this looks awesome, and it looks like the return of Brainiac.
Yeah, so still my favorite Absolute book. I love this. I can't wait for this. This is the A cover by Rafa Sandoval, and there's a Jeff Spokes variant, and there's going to be some more as well, but they just aren't ready as of the time of this recording.
Well, if we have one Absolute, we got to have another. This is Absolute Green Lantern number 6. Not a whole lot of information about this, but if you read this week's issue, this is going to be a very big issue because Joe Mullen and Hal Jordan face judgment, but what will the Lanterns' verdict be? And we kind of saw where that is going to take place and who is maybe doing the judging.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be the issue with a lot of the answers to what this version of the Green Lanterns is, where Abin Sur's from, and what the we don't even know like why Abin Sur was judging for what purpose.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna learn that in here, and I can't wait. So we've got our A cover here.
And those are hands. That's creepy.
Yeah, you shouldn't wear a hand jacket. And we also have a NECA variant as well.
Next up is Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League #2. #1 came out this week. It was a lot of fun. And in this one, Cheetah and Cheshire are going to put a team together because they're going to need some help in their heist of the Watchtower. So they find a small crew who can work quick and smart. It says that megalomaniacs and wackos bent on world domination need not apply. They need somebody who can focus on the job. And yeah, I was looking at those cover earlier.
You got like Killer
to try to
Moth in
figure out,
there.
yeah.
You've got Prometheus. You've got, I guess, Zoom.
What's the dude with the jewel in his head? He was just in a book. So, he was just in something.
Eclipso?
No, not Eclipso. The one that I always think of when I hear his name, I think of Eclipso.
I'm not sure.
Or maybe it's not a jewel. Maybe it's a thumbtack.
Holding his picture.
Oh, I think it is.
It kind of looks like Black Adam or maybe a Mazo.
Yeah, or Captain Boomerang's down there. Grodd.
Banshee,
yeah.
Catwoman.
Reverse Flash, maybe.
Yeah, the
Hugo
new
Strange.
The new version of Scarecrow with the hat. Yeah, I could look at covers like that all day and be like, can I name them all? There's Two-Face and Trickster and
Silver Banshee.
Killer Moth is the one I hope they go with.
Yeah,
that's great. So I really like the first issue of this, and I feel like this is one of those books that like is gonna build up in like the excitement that first issue was setting up the premise, and now we're starting to get into putting our team together.
Yeah. So this is our A cover by Nicholas Scott, who's the interior artist. There's a Gerald Perel variant and a Gillum March variant.
I think those are both just the Gillum March variants.
Oh, I guess, yeah, maybe we missed one. Okay, yeah.
Well, next up, we have Tama issue #2. #1 came out this week. It was so much fun, especially if you are a fan of the classic Tamagotchi, Gigapet, Digimon, Pokemon, all the Mons, all the little pocket monsters. We got introduced to our main Tama here, who's a virtual fun pet. But maybe there's a history where him and his fellow little monsters murdered the entire company that created them. Yeah. But our main character, Kit, continues to bond with his new virtual pet, a creature willing to do anything to protect its friend. But we learn it's not just digital. It can interact with the real world with murderous results. And we see a hint of that in the first issue. But we also see that, much like Pokemon, these can also evolve.
Yep.
And there's more of them. And so, also, like when we talked about issue #1, we usually don't talk about incentives, but if you order the incentive for this one for issue #1, you should be very happy because that one exploded, as I knew it would, because it is nostalgic and awesome. And there's one for issue #2. This is the Tama issue #2, the Fleeks variant that looks like a Game Boy Color version of a Tama game. This is the Acid version. Don't miss out on this. All you have to do is let us know. You hit the pre-order cover button on the website. It'll send us a notification you want this. It will send you back the price because it all depends on how many orders we have because the price can actually lower because of that. So we want to make sure that you see this one because the first one was so awesome. Sold out of the variant immediately. So don't miss out on the incentive for issue #2, and they're doing one of these for each issue.
Yeah.
So
those are gonna be great together.
I love it. I love like the grip on my heart when I see the Companibles color looking like those Game Boy Color cartridges, those boxes. I love.
This is Closer. This is a one-shot from Image. It's written by Kieran Gillen, and the art is by Steve Lieber. Now, this was originally published in Image, that series called Image with the exclamation mark that had a bunch of like short stories in it. This was originally published in issues 7 through 9 of that series, but now it's all in one book. And there's actually not a lot of information about it. It just says that it's a cosmic horror that you can dance to. It says it starts with birds materializing and will end with the death of the heavens.
Wow.
That's it. I don't know anything else about it. I didn't read that originally.
It was birds.
But yeah, they're always just staring at us. This is the only cover.
Well, next up, we have our next Valiant Beyond book. We'll actually be getting our first of the Valiant Beyond books in the store next week with Bloodshot Valiant Beyond. So we are now getting Exo Manowar #1, which has always been one of my favorites. I love the mix of like, what if Conan, but he got like
Iron Man, yeah.
armor. So this one is going to be by Steve Orlando and Guillermo Fajardo. And in this, like all of these, it's a new origin, a new universe, and a new starting point. So you don't have to know anything about Exo Manowar going into this. The mighty Auric of Dacia, who is Exo Manowar, he's from a time long past, traverses a deadly wasteland filled with mutated horrors in search of honor, which is a little bit different because usually he's just in the regular Valiant universe where he's almost just like an Iron Man type character.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the world he finds himself in this is a little bit different. His strength and resilience is put to the test when he comes to the defense of a family under siege from a mysterious gang known as Earthborn. Auric finds himself aligned with a rebel group, which puts him firmly in the crosshairs of Earthborn's leader, Typhon. So they're going out the gate with a big story, and I think it sounds awesome. And I'm very excited about this. I really hope this new Valiant sticks.
Yeah.
Because I would love to get more spin-off series and crossovers and all that kind of stuff with these characters. So we've got a couple of covers, plus there's more on the website when you check that out. This is our Olivetti A cover. There's a Grego cover. There's a Calero cover. And a Ponce design variant, which I've always loved Exo's suit design.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And next is Godzilla Escape the Deadzone #2. #1 came out this week. It was a lot of fun. Before the Wanderer can learn any more about the girl he found in the first issue that came out this week, they're both going to get captured by a mysterious cult known as the Church of Godzilla. But what does the church want with them, and can they escape alive? Probably so, but it'll be fun to see them try. So I can't wait for this. This is our A cover, and there is a Gedeon variant.
Yep. So one Gedeon.
Yeah.
I want to see the Church of Godzilla, and they sing worship songs to Godzilla, and they have little potlucks after church to Godzilla.
And I guess that's what the Wanderer looks like. We didn't really get a full look at him in the first issue,
I'm not sure
he looks a little bit more monstrous
or
there.
Or can he like transform a little bit? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, next up, we have the Toxic Crusaders #1. This could be a 5-issue miniseries. This is for fans of the classic Toxic Crusaders cartoon series. This is by Matt Bors. The artist by Tristan Wright. Following on the heels of the movie, which is coming out very soon. In the aftermath of the chemical spill that created Toxie, other mutations arose, all gross and weird and some evil. All your favorite characters are back from the original animated series into this for a kind of, I guess, more modern telling of the original story. So the Toxic Avenger and Toxic Crusaders were very different in tone, especially that was a kids cartoon,
right.
And the Toxic Avenger is very much not for kids. But I love the character, and this sounds really cool. And we're also getting the video game, the side-scroller beat-em-up, much like the Ninja Turtles one later this year. And there's a variant cover for this. I think it's an incentive, but it's like a 1 in 5 or something that shows off the new game, which is really cool. But we've got our A cover here, and we have a Tristan Wright exclusive trading card variant. So they did this with some of the previous Toxic series that come with a fun little trading card.
This is Captain America #3. #2 came out this week, and I loved it. In this one, a meeting with Doom in Latveria forces Steve to confront the realities of the harsh new world that he has awoken in. And David Colton and the Howling Commandos infiltrate Doom's fortress to rescue some hostages, which is why they were there in the first place. But instead, they uncover a sinister truth behind Doom's rise to power. And again, this is set in the early days of the Marvel Universe when Doom has only just taken over Latveria in the first place. So this is early Doom, early Steve Rogers, but it's been great. So we got a bunch of covers for this one. This is our A cover. There's a Ben Sue Disney Stitch variant. There's a Chip Zdarsky variant. That's kind of neat. I want a little like a what if of that.
I like the stars on there.
Yeah, there's a Francesco Mobley variant. There is a Jerome Opeña variant. Captain America on a motorcycle. It does not get better. There's a Michael Cho variant that I love, and a retro Halloween mask variant.
I love. It looks like he's about to whistle.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion issue #4. This is the penultimate issue of the series, as Miles is now in the Eurasian Republic, and he continues looking for his sister Billy, who is just bouncing around the world, I guess, as he runs into Magic, Colossus, and Omega Red. So I'm very interested to see how this might lead to some stuff coming up. It maybe not. Maybe this is just more of a Miles book, but yeah, this has been interesting so far. So the penultimate issue, we've got our A cover here. And there is a very cool Michael Walsh cover with Miles with Magic Sword.
Yeah, really what's that? What's that all about?
Let's hope he actually gets that. Oh.
Yeah, it's on here twice. I think our covers got messed up again.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. This, though, Ultimate Wolverine #9. #8 came out this week. It was really good, too. And in this one, the opposition are planning to hit back hard against Colossus, Magic, and Omega Red. But they aren't prepared for the horrors that await them when they attack a Sentinel factory. And I don't think we've seen Sentinels in this
them around
yet.
there, and they're maybe a little bit smaller. They're like those human-sized Sentinels that they had at one point.
So, I can't wait to see some Sentinels in this universe.
Man, I know they're bad, and what they represent is really bad, but I don't know if there's anything more iconic than the X-Men fighting Sentinels.
Yeah.
That's episode 1 of the 90s show, Night of the Sentinels. It's great.
So this is our A cover, and we have a Francesco Mobley variant for that as well.
Oh, very cool. Teamed up with Sabretooth.
Yeah.
He's got that new where he puts the white chalk on his suit.
Yeah, because he wants to represent X-Men or something instead of the Eurasian propaganda stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if that means that maybe at some point he'll get a new suit.
Probably.
That's an updated. Hopefully it's all leather jacket.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Edge of the Venomverse. Now, I included this because it could be a little confusing because what isn't Edge of Venomverse over? Well, this is a collection of the digital first tie-ins with Edge of the Venomverse. So this is by Clay McLeod, Chapman, and Jay Holtham. And it collects the Marvel Unlimited tie-in stories that went with Edge of the Venomverse. So all collected here. It's just this one shot. So if you missed out, don't worry about it. But but if you really enjoyed it, don't miss out on this one. And next up, we got continuing stories because this is a really big week of books.
Yep. We're going to start this part with Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2, #4.
How many more numbers?
7, right? Okay. Yeah, it's a 7-issue series. So in this one, we are going to see Godzilla versus Superman. And if you read the previous issue that came out this week, you saw a little bit of that. He popped out right in front of Godzilla's face. Oops. But Superman is not at full power, and can he withstand the might of the King of the Monsters? Plus, Leland Shaw and Lex Luthor continue their evil plans to mine DNA from the creatures of Hollow Earth. So just continuing this cool story. This is our A cover. We have a Steven Segovia cover, and there is an Alan Qua variant.
Ooh, it's very epic.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Star Wars Jedi Knights issue #7. This has also been such a awesome series. This and the Kylo Ren series, we've got some great Marvel Star Wars right now. And this one, at first I was kind of shocked when I was reading this solicitation because it says Qui-Gon Jinn is dead.
Yikes.
It's like, well, yeah, but not in this.
Yeah.
Or he will be if Mace and Ayla Secura can't find the antidote to the poison that is killing him. The antidote can only be found on Sansara, the most dangerous planet you have ever heard of. but what is its connection between the planet and Qui-Gon Jinn's past? So it looks like we're getting back to the kind of the main through line of the story about the visions of Qui-Gon Jinn dying. Yeah, this is great. If you haven't been checking it out, we should probably be getting a volume 1 pretty soon, with this being issue number 7. I highly recommend this series. This is our A cover. We have a Chris Sprouse Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary variant. We have a Rod Rice variant. And a Torrin Clark lightsaber variant with Bears Offie.
Next is EC's Cruel Universe, Volume 2, Number 2. The first one came out this week as well. It was great. This one's going to be a 12-issue series, just like the first series was. And the solicitation doesn't tell us what the 3 stories in this will be about, but we know they're going to be written by Chris Condon, Melissa Flores, and Dave Wilgaz, and the art is going to be by Sammy Cavella, Claire Rowe, and Riley Rossmo. So I'm sure, I love these anthology stories. Most of, they're sci-fi, but most of them have a little bit of a horror element too. So this is going to be fun. This is the Lee Bermejo A cover. The A cover for number 1 was Lee Bermejo, and a Tom Fowler variant. Oh, that's backwards.
That's backwards.
Astronaut should be, yeah.
I really like that, though.
Yeah.
I like how delicate he's being with it. Next up, we've got Spider-Verse versus Venomverse number 5. Is this the last issue? Is this a 5-issue miniseries?
If it's not, it's the next to last.
Because it says, who will win? Can the two sides put aside their differences, or one cease to exist forever?
I guess it is.
It says that they each side rallies all of their people from all the different universes. Will this be the end of one of them? Probably not, because we've been told that before.
Yep.
But maybe for a little while we will, we need a Crisis on Infinite Spider-Verses where they collapse them all into one again. But if you've been enjoying it, don't miss out on this one. This is your A cover. And there is a Carlos Nieto variant with the video game Spider-Man, which is really cool on there. Plus, Mary Jane Venom is on there. Some pretty interesting ones.
Next is Look Into My Eyes, number 2. Number 1 came out this week. It was really cool. And in this one, things in Cravenwood are getting stranger and more dangerous while everyone tries to move on from I'm sorry, I got this mixed up with another one. This one came out, I think, last week. Yeah, so things in Cravenwood are getting stranger, more dangerous. Everyone is trying to move on from Susie's disappearance, but RJ keeps digging, even if it means trouble. Rumors are flying, monsters are lurking, social media is full of wild theories, because in this one, it's all wrapped around a new social media app called Knock Knock.
It's the one where there's like QR codes.
That's right.
Figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and new clues, betrayals, and secrets are surfacing, and it does mention to scan the QR codes in the book to maybe get some more clues as to what's going on. So a really cool mystery, a little bit of supernatural vibe, plus some interactive elements as well. It's a really cool series. This is the only cover we have.
Yep. Next up, we have Sisterhood, a Hyde Street story, issue number 3. Issue number 2 came out this week. Very cool, still super creepy. I don't want to give too much away, but there's a very shocking finale to issue number 2 that the solicitation of this kind of talks about, so I don't want to give it away. But, when your best friend drowns and comes back and tells you to join a sorority to get revenge on the girls there, I don't think she has your best interests in mind.
Yeah.
But if you've been enjoying it, if you enjoy Hyde Street, don't miss out on issue number 3. This is a 5-issue miniseries.
That old chestnut where your friend dies, comes back as a spirit that tells you to rush a sorority to get revenge on the...
Yeah.
You heard it once, you've heard it a million times.
It's happened to me at least 3 times.
Yeah, right.
But we've got our A cover right here. And we have a German Peralta variant, which is really cool. I love the reflection and everything.
Oh, over here too.
Yeah.
And in the...
That's very cool.
Yeah. Lincoln, you'll miss it, number 2. This is the one that came out this week. This is the one I got mixed up with. So in this one, everything old is new again as Melody's life slips away before her eyes. When the clock turns back, the bizarre secrets of Perennial Harbor, which is the town this takes place in, that continues to unravel, and Melody will soon find that even death can be unwritten. So I wonder if maybe this issue focuses a bit more on Melody. The first issue focused on her friend Jessie, who returned to the town after 50 years, only to find that nothing had changed. Melody in that issue said, she didn't remember Jessie, but she did say that she experienced her own death, which is kind of weird. So maybe this issue will answer what that was all about. We have our 8 cover here, and then we have an unlimited variant, I guess a virgin variant from Browning, who's your interior artist. Or maybe not. I don't remember who the artist was. Sorry.
Next up, we got cover gallery. Some really cool covers we wanted you to see, starting off with JSA number 11. So I guess they're doing these kind of character spotlight covers because we got another one of these before. This is the Jorge Corona variant.
This is like the Hawkman cover that came out this week. That's the one I got. Yeah.
So I think they're kind of doing that for each of the characters.
This is Poison Ivy number 36. This is the Nubovich variant, and there is a Q Yom variant.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of Poison Ivy and Gotham City Sirens
Good
covers.
grief, that's an amazing cover.
Yeah, that's really cool. Next up, we have, this is actually the Alex Ross Timeless cover for Eddie Brock Carnage.
Yeah, you know.
You know, when Shanna the She-Devil showed up in Carnage? No. But maybe they don't line up as well on this one as they did in previous series. But if you're collecting all the Alex Ross Timeless variants, don't miss out on this one.
And don't miss out on this one either. This is the Exceptional X-Men number 13 Alex Ross Timeless variant with Kitty Pryde. She's not in this team, but I guess it's closer anyway than the last one. And we have a Foreshadow logo variant.
She is an Exceptional X-Men.
Oh, I was thinking Uncanny X-Men. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Exceptional, so that one did work.
Yeah, that one did work, yeah.
With Lockheed. Oh, yeah, Expatriate X-Men is one of the new ones coming up. Next up, we have Red Hulk number 8. This is the Ramcharon variant, and just want to point out that this has been a fantastic series, and can't wait to see what happens next. And don't miss out on this variant cover. Next up, we got Bookshelf. We got quite a few of these to talk about because there's some really good collected editions and graphic novels coming out.
This is the Zatanna Collected Edition. There's going to be a hardcover and a trade paperback that comes out on the same day, so you can just pick whichever one you want. The hardcover is $24.99. The paperback is $17.99, and this just collects the 6-issue Zatanna miniseries that just wrapped up. That is the most visually stunning and beautiful book on the stands, and it was an amazing story. I didn't want it to end. If you are even remotely considering anything with Zatanna in it, get this book. It was amazing.
This I wish they had done is those 11x17 giant editions, because that would have been incredible to see. Next up, we have the We Are Yesterday, or the Justice League Unlimited World's Finest We Are Yesterday. They're doing the hardcover and softcover with this one as well, like DC's doing, coming out the same day, which I love. This actually collects World's Finest 38 through 39 and Justice League Unlimited 6 through 8, plus the Batman Superman World's Finest Annual number 1. So if you picked up the Justice League Unlimited Volume 1 that came out this week, this goes right after that.
This is the next one, yeah.
So this is almost like a Volume 2, even though they'll probably do a Volume 2 after this, but it will be missing these issues. So don't miss out on this one if you're trying to collect the entire series. Plus, this crossover story was so much fun and very important for the DC KO event coming up and so much else going on with DC. So this one is $24.99 for the hardcover and $17.99 for the paperback.
This is the DC Finest DC Finest Events. Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part 1. I think they had a DC Finest Events 0 Hour as well. So, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part 1. This is going to be $39.99. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, I'm not going to get this because I have the oversized hardcover of Crisis. I have the Absolute Edition pre-ordered. But then I started reading about what was in it. This collects Crisis on Infinite Earths 1 through 4, so the first third of that series. So I'm hoping there's going to be 2 more of these. Plus, within that range, all of the tie-ins in reading order for the first time ever. So as far as I know, some of the tie-ins have never been collected, or I think they have. I think there used to be a big box set. A bunch of different trade paperbacks. So I'm not going to say that none of the tie-ins or some of the tie-ins have never been collected, but they've never been collected in the appropriate reading order. Some of the tie-ins don't really contribute much to the overall story, like, I don't know, Infinity Inc. or something. They're doing whatever it is that they were doing, but then in one panel they'll be like, oh, weird, the skies are red and there's like crazy winds and stuff. I wonder what that's all about. So it's not like it all feeds into the main story, but the fact that they're all together in reading order, that is really cool. And then I was like, all right, I guess I have to get those. I don't have a choice, right? You can't not get it. And yeah, like I said, hopefully there's going to be 2 more volumes that'll wrap it all up.
I was just starting to read I got all the foil editions
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
just put out. I started to read the first one, and I was like, I think I own a collected edition of Christ on Infinite Earths, but this came out, and I was like, I've never read the tie-ins or the
Yeah.
books that happen around that time. Was it? It was just like single issues from other series, right? There wasn't like a Crisis on Infinite Earths uh, side
Right.
series.
Yeah. So all the tie-ins were just like other books, but it
Yeah.
wasn't just. I mean, it was a few issues. Like there was
Yeah.
there's a Batman DC finest coming out called Red Skies
Mhm.
that was like it has like a 4 or 5 issue story arc that takes place when all the skies are red. But again, it's Batman still doing whatever that story was. It's just in the background. You see, holy crap! Like red
Yeah.
skies, crazy winds, storms, all kinds of stuff. Um, yeah, so I can't wait for this. Like having it all together, and if they come out with the other two, you're gonna have
Oof.
everything in a nice
It's gonna
set.
be really
Yeah.
nice. Next up, we've actually getting our first volume of Exquisite Corpses already. Now, this only collects issues 1 through 3.
What?
Yeah.
It's
so,
a 12-issue thing, isn't it?
Yeah, so I know the first issue was oversized.
It's
Are they
oversized.
all oversized?
I don't think so. No.
It still feels weird that, like, maybe...
I guess it's the size of 4 issues, even though because the first one was like double
Four
size.
still, usually I think of 5 at least, but
Yeah.
this is going to be $9.99, so it's
Okay.
not bad. It's not
Yeah,
like a
all right.
$17.99 one for 3 issues. But that means we're going to get a lot of volumes of this just to cover a 12-issue series, unless maybe Volume 2 is going to collect 4 issues or more
Yeah.
of this series. But this has been really fun so far. We're only 3 issues into this series.
Right.
And yeah, it's just heating up. So if you miss out on the single issues, definitely check this one out. This one is one I hope that like they put out a big compendium that has the 12
That's what
all
I
of
want.
together.
That's
Like,
what I want.
it feels like a story that maybe shouldn't be broken up.
Yeah.
But if you can't wait for it, definitely grab this one for $9.99. Yeah.
This is the first trade paperback for Assorted Crisis Events. This is the just like really trippy book from Dennis Camp. This is going to collect the first 5 issues. It's going to be $16.99, and this is just like the real trippy like time and space are completely broken. Every issue is its own singular one and done story. They don't relate to each other whatsoever, except for the fact that time is going crazy and you just never know what could happen. This is the direct market exclusive Eric Zawadzki yellow cover variant, and then there is a standard edition Eric Zawadzki variant as well that's available in bookstores everywhere.
Next up, this is really interesting, and for multiple reasons I wanted to talk about this. This is the Adventure Time Volume 1 Down Memory Lane, and this is going to be an Oni Compact Comics edition. So Oni is getting in on the Compact Comics idea. This is going to collect from the previous Adventure Time series, not the one that's currently coming out, but the previous one. Collects issues 31 through 34, 46 through 49, 54 through 57. So this is kind of one like they're targeting like a certain feel for these stories. I think they're all stories that are like take place in the character's past, like what's called memory lane. And this is going to be basically 5.5 by 8. So do we know how big the
compact comics? I'm not sure.
I feel like this might be maybe a little closer to the Marvel ones.
Yeah.
Because that's like if you folded a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper over, so it'll be that size. But I really like that they are doing now these compact comics, and hopefully that becomes a trend. I would love like Boom to start doing those.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff I'd like to see collected that way. And this is going to be $9.99. So they're following at least for right now, the DC pricing.
Very nice. I like this trend.
Yeah.
This is good. This is BRZRKR Book One. So it's been a while since we've had, or since we talked about the main BRZRKR story. This is going to be $39.99 and collects all 12 issues of the original BRZRKR series. It's going to be a paperback, but it's a cool story that would make a really cool book. So I'm thinking about getting this one, even though I've got the other issues.
How much is it?
$39.99.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Next up, we have Cormac McCarthy's The Road, a graphic novel adaptation. Oh. This is, of course, adapting the Cormac McCarthy book, but the artist by Manu Larknet. This is one of my favorite novels of all time. This one really, like, messed me up when I read it.
Is this what the movie is based on? Okay, nice.
the movie with Viggo Mortensen is fantastic. The book is also great. Uh, it. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Even the way it's written, there's no chapters breaks. There's no like proper names in the entire book.
Oh yeah,
It's all really
yeah.
interesting. But there is this is something I would have said like I almost don't want to see because this book is so messed up in some places and so depressing. But the way I see this art on the cover, like it looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to check this out. So this is a graphic novel, and it is going to be, and it's hardcover, and it's going to be $26.99. So highly recommended. One, if you've never read the Cormac McCarthy book, definitely read that. It's a fairly quick read, and it is, one of the, I don't know, it's one of the best books I've ever read, and I definitely want to check this out.
Nice.
So, yep, just the hardcover.
This is Red Hulk Volume 1, Prisoner of War. And this is going to collect the first 5 issues of the Red Hulk series. It's out right now. It's going to be $17.99. Don't expect a lot of Red Hulk in this, but it's still a very cool prison break story.
Yeah.
So you're still going to get a good story. You're just not going to see Red Hulk much.
Next up, we got Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker Adaptation. This is the collected edition of the series that just wrapped up. And this is an awesome way to experience the story. This includes tons of scenes that were not in the movie, tons of like inside the characters' heads, and a lot of additional scenes that involve Leia that we couldn't have because of Carrie Fisher passing away that were included in here that were originally intended to be in it. So this feels almost more like the complete story that was supposed to be, and it's awesome. So highly recommend checking out Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker in this collected edition for $17.99.
This is the compact comics edition of Why the Last Man. So this is going to be, $10, just like all the other ones. It does not say how many issues are collected in this. If I had to guess, it's maybe 12, like the American Vampire one.
Mm-hmm.
That series ran
It's like the
forever,
first two
and that
volumes.
was the 12. Yeah, so it's probably 12 issues, but I don't know for sure. But hopefully they'll make more because, we were talking earlier, there's a lot of volume ones, and it's like, okay, these are great. Keep going with these stories, right? Because, you want them all in this collection.
And next up, we got Turtles of Grayskull. This was the Master Universe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover that just wrapped up. This is the collected edition that collects all 4 issues by Tim Seeley with fantastic art by Freddie Williams. And yeah, so if you miss out on this, highly recommend if you're a fan of classic 80s cartoons. This is really, really fun. You can get it all for $19.99. Next up, we have some new printings. Only one of them to talk about, but it's a cool one.
Yep, it's Batman number 635, the facsimile edition. This is the start of Under the Red Hood, right?
This is the first appearance of Jason Todd.
That's right. Red Hood. That's right. We've got this cool Matt Wagner cover, and then there's a Jason Guyer and Alex Saviuk, a superpowers variant with Red Hood as Jason Todd Red Hood as he first appeared.
Yeah, and I like if that was a toy, almost looks like he has like a vac metal helmet.
Yeah,
which would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite Batman books.
Yeah,
the Red Hood story. So, and I love that they are releasing these single issues, so people who never got to check out the original run of Hush by single issues or now Red Hood can check it out here. And that is it for Comics from the Future. Thank you so much for watching. Like we said, we did film this a few days early, so things may shake up, things may change a little bit, but everything will still be up there for you to pre-order. Plus, a lot more covers will be available by that point. So that is why it's extra important you go to infinityflux.net, where you can check all of that out and place your pre-orders for these books coming out in a few weeks, so you don't have to worry about them selling out off of the wall. Thank you so much for watching. And support Matt when he does our Monday show by himself.
I'm going to need support. I'm going to need help. Everybody cheer me on.
Yep. Cheer him on in the comments. Let us know in the comments which of these books you're most excited for to come out, because there is a lot of really great ones. And until next time,
See ya.